Welcome, Cinepals, new and familiar. Thanks so much for being here. We're doing the season finale of DERRY Girls Season 2. Really excited to jump into this. Y'all, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and pretty please vote this up. Let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. That's if you're watching this on YouTube. And if you are, you're seeing a cut down version of our reaction because we can only show you a limited amount of picture-in-picture. But if you want to watch the whole thing with us, no cuts, no interruptions, head over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/JabbyKaway, or become a member of this channel where you'll get access to the full uncut reaction, but you will need your own Netflix subscription so you can open up each episode in an adjacent window to our reaction. We'll give you a 3, 2, 1 countdown sync, and it'll be like you're watching it with two of your favorite pals from the internet. If you're on Patreon or memberships already, thanks so much for supporting us here. Let's jump into this. Here we go.
Bill Clinton, a committed supporter of the peace process, will visit both sides of the community during his trip to Belfast before travelling to Londonderry.
He's here! He's here!
Is he wearing an American flag on his shirt?
I think so.
I need a week to tackle them.
And secondly, I think it's unlikely he'll call to our house.
He might call Jerry. He keeps her place shining, Mary. Sure's a picture to shame.
Hair kind of does look a little like Hillary.
Jim's bringing his equipment over.
What equipment?
Them old radio transmitters he collects. Him and Daddy think they can tap into the CIA system. What
the hell is he planning to do?
When JFK came to Dublin, Uncle Colin met him, Daddy didn't.
Oh.
JFK spoke to Colin. Christ, that man didn't have much luck, did he?
God, that's dark.
We're gonna bring her to Listening Galvin swimming pool.
The wave machine's been fixed. Lovely.
Children singing Christian rhyme with logs on the fire and
Is this another made-up song, or is this an actual song?
I've never heard it.
A fitting rendition of what I consider to be the most god-awful song ever written. The President of the United States of America is coming here to Derry. You're a little young to perhaps understand the enormity of this.
I would have been.
And I, for one, can barely believe it. This visit concerns me for a number of reasons, girls, but mostly because I am scared it will give the Pope ideas, and that's the last thing I need. No. Our Lady Immaculate will play no part in this farce.
Wow.
Ooh.
That was unexpected.
But it's history. She's making us miss history. Oh, but I really wanted to find out what that Cromwell fella got up to next. I really enjoy him. Not history class, Orla.
Look, Bill doesn't even get here till 4 o'clock tomorrow.
Do you know how packed that Guildhall Square is going to be, James? You have to camp overnight just to get a glimpse of it.
We will be.
Are you suggesting we play truant?
Okay, normal people don't call it that, but yes. Yeah.
Sometimes in order to do the right thing, you have to do the wrong thing.
I knew Claire was going to actually agree with this one. Claire's usually the one who always says no.
Sort of a problem here, girls?
Not a problem, it's such more of a question, really.
And you think I'm here to answer questions, do you?
Well, it should be red, white, and blue.
Says who?
The rest of the world.
There's also quite a few stars missing.
Yep.
I don't know. I just feel like if 20 states left the USA, we might have heard about it.
Well, why would I lie?
Because you bought a fuckload of Dutch flags and you're trying to get rid of them.
That never ends well.
Hello there.
Oh,
Is
boy.
that the teacher?
Help! Stranger!
Okay, it is.
Jesus Christ, Aaron!
Yeah, exactly.
Help! There's a kidnapper
Isn't
on
that the
fire!
teacher from the earlier
There's a
this season?
kidnapper on fire.
Well, who is she?
It's the teacher, right?
Kathy.
Oh.
Not all white people are the same.
Oh.
They don't all look alike, Andrew.
I really thought that was the teacher. It did look like her.
No, I can see why you said that.
We just met James's mama.
Kathy McGuire's back. Really? She tried to set us on fire.
She did what?
I've no time for Kathy McGuire.
I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about her eyebrows. Kathy and her eyebrows are too set. Fine. Her eyebrows were exceptional. Thank you. It's Uncle Colin!
Oh, God.
Everything all right, Colin?
Oh, God, aye. Well, our knees give me a bit of jip, but sure, I'll not bore you with the details.
Look, Colin's met JFK. He has experience with presidents. He'll know what to do.
No chance. I'm sorry, Colin, but you can't be part of this. If you meet Bill Clinton, you'll be a president up.
It was a CIA agent, all right. He said they're taking Bill back to base, and I know where it is.
But we need to move quickly.
You still okay to drive us? What?
We need someone to stay in the car in case things don't go to plan.
Oh my God.
We're talking worst case scenario. We're talking no case scenario.
Column's there too.
Just doesn't make any sense, Jim.
Which is interesting now because JFK, well, he was the 35th.
Why is that interesting?
Well, it's not really, I suppose. Sometimes I'll just say something to get me from one sentence to the other, Joe.
We're back in the same place.
What's going on?
I've driven 178 miles and I'm back where I was 5 hours ago, Joe. That's what's going on.
You stupid bloody idiot.
Idiot.
Stop listing presidents, Colin!
It's open, morning.
All right. I hope you don't mind, Mrs. Quinn, but
Oh, Kathy, it's yourself.
Look at her eyebrows.
We heard about your wee divorce. Nightmare?
Yeah, it was a difficult decision, but Paul, my ex, well, he just became so controlling. And it was always, oh, Kathy, why did you stay out all night? Or who was that man you were having dinner with? But it's all worth it if I get to see my big handsome boy.
You did dump him here quite a long time ago.
Mum's had a lot going on.
I've actually just started my own business.
What sort of area is it?
Self-adhesive labels.
Stickers? And would there be much money in sticker making, Kathy?
They're not stickers. Labels, they're labels. See you later.
Here, before you head, I got you a couple of American flags. They're on the sideboard. They're the new ones, so they are. They've only just brought them out.
Oh my God. Oh no.
Missing all the stars, or missing 20 stars. Yeah.
Would it be worth maybe checking next door, Jim?
Right. So the Clintons are staying in a taxi rank in the arsehole of nowhere, is the thinking now, is it?
We were just wondering, have you seen the Clintons knocking about around here?
The Clintons? We have reason to believe they're staying in this vicinity.
What would the Clintons be doing in Burt? Heading to Chapel, Bill?
Aye.
That's Bill.
Oh, I fucking 5 minutes, Bill.
That's funny.
Good. Now, Jim, would you be open to the following possibility? That it may not have been a CIA agent you were picking up on that transmitter of yours. That there is, in fact, a good chance it was a taxi dispatcher from Burt.
It's the best spot. I got the best spot. What happened to your face? See that bitch over there? That wee girl. She tried to muscle in. Things got ugly. She'll think twice next time.
What the hell?
Are you hungry? Come on, link up. Come on, James.
I need to talk to you, to all of you. I'm leaving. I'm going back to London with Mum.
No, James.
This was always going to happen. This was never my real life. It was just something that got in the way of it.
What are you talking about? You love it here.
I'm not sure I do. I think I just developed Stockholm Syndrome.
Oi! Wine features.
Shell, please. What do you want me to say?
She'll let you down again. You do realise that?
She's asked me to be a partner in her business, actually, Michelle, so...
No, it makes sense. You know she thinks about herself, James. And when it doesn't work out, what then?
It will work out. Anyway, it's not like I belong here. I never did.
That's not true. You're a Derry girl now, James.
I have to do this.
But I don't want you to.
She's my mum, Michelle.
I just got real for her. That's the first time we've seen her have a moment like that.
Not only that, she like showed true care towards James.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole school's not there.
For once, the world will be watching us for all the right reasons.
You'll get into trouble, Ashley.
I don't care.
Do it, Jenny.
Damn. He's actually going.
What are you doing here?
You told us we had to come in, sister.
Oh, for God's sake, Jenny. You need to learn when to push back. Get out of here. Go on now.
Is that Anya?
Anya, yeah.
This is interesting.
No, look, that's James.
Yes.
I am a dairy girl.
Some things are more important.
Absolutely.
Standing here in front of the guild hall, looking out over these historic walls, I see a peaceful city.
That would have been an interesting scene.
And so
Smart to do it like this.
to work together because you have so much more to gain by working together than by drifting apart. Have the patience to work for a just and lasting peace.
James came back and realized, no, they're right. I am a dairy girl. I can't leave. I can't abandon my girls.
Yeah, it definitely it hit me in the feels for sure. I was like, oh, don't cry, Chabby. Now is not the time. That was like the voice in my head.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Jesus Christ. It was that moment when they embraced and it went slow-mo for a hot second. I was like, hold on. No. Put it back. Put the tears back. It was a great episode. I liked it. Yeah, I mean, it gives you perspective, you know what I mean? It's like, I had no idea that Bill Clinton meant that much to people around the globe. I suppose with age, I kind of see that more and more. Even Donald Trump, like, when he went to visit India, there was a lot of people that showed up to see him. I mean, maybe it's one of those things where whether you like the president or not, you might show up. It's the president, why not? I mean, how often does the president show up over here? I have not met any presidents yet or seen them in person. Have you?
No, I haven't. But also, I view it the opposite way. No presidents have met Jabby.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
A very Chuck Norris perspective on that.
We always give them their credit for making us laugh, but I want to give them the credit too for on the dramatic side, like seeing their reactions when, like, all episode they've been waiting for Bill Clinton. Then I mean, even Claire never wants to break the rules. She's always the one who's trying to talk the girls and the team, like, no.
She's a goody two shoes.
Yeah, she was like, no. It's time to break the rules, kind of, and for this episode because they all wanted to be in the presence of the president of the United States. Understandable, but then the prospect of losing James and like they didn't give a shit anymore, and I found that top notch for me.
That is very much like those scenes you see in movies where they're chasing after like gold or something like that. And then what matters more is saving each other and going out with your lives intact and forgetting the gold. The gold doesn't matter at the end of the day. That's often the trope you see in those kinds of movies. And I agree with you. It was like they built up the importance of this so much. It was the most important thing. It was literally like like the way scripts go when you're writing, as I understand it, whatever your characters are doing, it's supposed to be life or death for them. It's that important. And that's how it was being treated. It's like seeing Bill Clinton live in person, it's like they are witnessing history in the making. The prospect of losing their friend and then the realization that their friend is back supersedes all that shit. This thing that we thought was important is trivial compared to the possibility of losing our bestie. I thought that was really touching. It really, really moved me.
The whole side adventure with Joe, with Jerry. I don't remember the other guy that was listening in. And then, was it Cullum? Is that how you say his name?
The brother, yeah.
I gotta tell you, that actor, all the actors in this show are top notch. They're all fantastic. The actor who plays Cullum, I feel like that is such a tough role to like bore everyone in every single scene. Like that guy just executes every line so perfectly because every time I'm listening to him, I'm like, oh my God, shoot me.
Yeah.
Like,
But on that, though, we're seeing more and more, as we sort of talked about, Jerry more and more getting that thicker skin and standing up for himself. Yeah. And I love that about him. I love seeing him just be at his wit's end with all of this nonsense that's being thrown at him and fighting back.
Yes.
And coming at them with logic. It's like, dude, what the... And just being so aggressively annoyed and pushing it back at them. I like seeing this version of Jerry. I like how he's evolved as a character, going from just being bullied like James to pushing back, standing up for himself.
Besides the fact that he's incredibly nice, he's the voice of reason.
Yes,
I mean,
that's true.
He's like the audience too. We're like, what are you doing? Like, don't do this. That's not how it works. Like, he's basically the audience. But yeah, he's fantastic. I love. And again, Sarah just. How oblivious your eyebrows, they look so fantastic. It's just like, what are you going on about?
Yeah, she's so vapid. I would love to know from those of you guys who were alive at the time, how important was it for y'all that Bill Clinton showed up? Were his words that memorable for you guys? I can't think of an instance for myself where Bill Clinton had such an important and profound speech that I remembered it. Even like kind of one of those things where you hear part of it, like the Martin Luther King Jr. speech, where you hear part of it and you're like, oh yes, I know that one. And you kind of like fill in the blanks as it's happening. Even though it's not something you can necessarily recall, just off memory, once you start to hear part of it, you know where it's going and you know the beats of that speech. I don't have anything like that with Bill Clinton at all. JFK I do, Martin Luther King Jr. I do, and even Abraham Lincoln I do, because you've heard that 7 years ago thing so many times as a kid. This is completely foreign to me. I don't know this speech.
I mean, we were growing up, we were so young, so I don't remember any. The only thing I remember, well, I guess you can't call it a speech, but famous thing that Bill Clinton said, I think you know where I'm going. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
That's the only thing. Yeah, exactly.
That's the only thing that I remember.
Yeah, that's the thing that's burned into my memory as well. I remember being a young boy, and we used to get these pamphlets in school. I forgot what the name of it is. It's like very thin. It felt like newspaper, but it was for kids, and you can get scholastic books.
I remember those, yes.
Yeah, and on the back of it, there was this thing that basically showed you George Bush or Bill Clinton, and you got to kind of vote for who you wanted, right?
I don't remember
and
that
George
part.
Senior Sr. was in office at the time. And I remember all of us were sort of scribbling on Bill Clinton, and we wanted more of George Bush. We didn't know, we just knew, we were just familiar with George Bush. We didn't know who Bill Clinton was. Who was this new guy? But as a kid, it's like, you're dumb. You don't know shit. And I remember the librarian, she saw us scribbling on Bill Clinton's face, and she got pissed. And she was like, this is like history right now that's happening. And you guys really shouldn't do this. You're going to look back on this when you're grown-ups and blah, 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 blah. Like, I completely forgot that the librarian got pissed at us and said all that to us until this moment. It just like came back to me all of a sudden. Your perspective as a child is fundamentally different. And so going back to the previous episode of like the IRA calling the ceasefire, or agreeing to a ceasefire, and then you see the kids at their prom just kind of wrestling with each other. They're like completely oblivious. When you're a kid, you have no idea that all of this important stuff, this historical stuff is happening. I thought it was a really great episode. More so just like a great season.
I was just curious, and I loved them both. I don't know the answer, but which season did you like better? Just curious, because everyone always wants to know, what did you like better? So
I think that in terms of amusement, the first season I liked more. In terms of connecting with the characters, perhaps this one. I think that's how I would classify. I know that's kind of a cop-out answer, but I think that like the first season is where I just got guffaw after guffaw, like just laughing hysterically. This one was more like I am getting those moments, but it's less often, and it's more about just connecting with the people.
Characters. I totally agree with you. That's exactly how I felt as well. So I was just curious.
So looking forward to season 3. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out. I'm Jabby Kuwait. This is
Andrew Flash Gordon.
Peace out.